All right, we got it. We had an issue with this computer, remember?
Yes.
Anyhow, welcome everybody to our first Lunch and Learn for 2024. We have Maria Howard with us today, and she's going to be going over various topics that are very important to start off 2024, including your mindset, how to schedule properly, and just getting ready for a very prosperous 2024. So without further ado, I will hand it over to Maria Howard. Let me just go ahead and share the screen once again.
There we go.
And it's all yours.
Great, thank you.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Thanks. Well, good afternoon, everybody, and good afternoon, everybody who's on the Zoom call. So in the beginning, I was talking to everybody here about, our business, how it's constantly evolving and changing. And how do you set yourself apart from others is really important. How you plan your day to get the results you want from that activity. I was sharing with you earlier that I have a large territory and I go from Burbank now all the way to Pomona. My database is probably close to 5,000 people now with real estate agents. Now, it doesn't mean they're all working. It doesn't mean they're all active and top producers or medium producers or people that just do 4 or 5 deals a year, and they're fine with that. And that's fine. Remember, your metrics and your goals are yours. Just because your fellow coworker here wants to do 30, 40, but for you, you're okay with doing 10 that year, and that's your goal. Doesn't make you less and it doesn't make you more. It's just knowing who you are. And I always say it's important to know who you are. Number one, you stay in your lane, okay? And you look at how you are and what you want. So because I cover such a large territory, I have to be mindful of my activities every single day. I have to make sure that who I'm getting in front of and building that relationship with that person. Relationship, our business is 100% relationship. So how do you set yourself apart from others? What do you do every day to be active? So here's a little window of my day. Every single morning, I get up between 5 and 5:30. Some days I go run in the morning and some days I may not. If I have an early appointment and I need to get on the road by 7:45, the likelihood of going out for a little short morning run is not going to happen. But I keep my activity every day the same. Early in the morning, 5 to 5:30, I get a cup of hot tea. I sit down, I have a motivational book. And for those, I'm going to be very honest. I believe in God and I read my Bible and I have my scriptures. Without that, I'd be lost. I truly would be lost because it is my filter to life. So I get up, I have my tea, I read my devotional. I have a journal that I write in every single day. And every day it's different. It could be specific prayers. It could just be a point of gratitude. It could be praying for others, just being mindful. I'm gonna get up, take my shower, have my breakfast. Maybe I have time, I make my honey bunny, my husband, which by the way, we're coming up on 33 years of marriage at the end of this month. Thank you. That's what I told my husband. Where are you taking me to celebrate my anniversary? So I have that ritual every single day. I play golf. I play golf 3 times a week. I go out either super early or I'll go late in the afternoon, or I'll alternate on weekends. And then every Sunday I go to church with my husband, and that is my week. So I have my personal life, my schedule. And I find that when I keep that schedule, it allows me to free up my day, throughout every week, to see where my windows of doing something different. You know, the definition, as they say, for insanity, do the same thing and expect different results. That's the definition of insanity. But here's the reverse. Want something different? Do something different. Okay. So you were saying earlier that you changed your diet. You were looking to change your diet because you wanted to do something different for 2024.
Yes.
You discovered that by changing your diet wasn't giving you the results you wanted and you felt different, right? So you made an assessment that maybe this new diet isn't the direction you need to go. Well, that's the same thing with everything in life. Sometimes we do things and we don't get what we want and the results. So this year for 2024, I made it a point. Not only do I do my breakfast, do my tea, do my devotional, but every single morning from the company at Old Republic, I get an email that says all the orders that was opened up yesterday. So now I'm handwriting thank you notes to every single one of them. So every morning I send out anywhere from 5 to 10. That's my new activity for this year. That's what I'm doing different. And I'm going to tell you, I do not like making phone calls. I hate making phone calls. I hate bugging people because I don't want people bugging me. So I don't like making phone calls. So I found a better way of an activity that fits my personality. If you're dreading to do something because you don't like that activity, guess what's going to happen? You're not going to do it. I don't care how motivated you are. I don't care how many books you read or what speakers. If it's something you do not like, you're not going to do it. So I decided handwriting notes, sending personal emails to somebody, or maybe on Facebook, a little message, a little quote. Hi, thinking of you today. I read this. I hope you like it. It's something I enjoy doing. So that comes natural to me. I don't have to make an effort. I don't have to pull out my teeth. So because I have such a large database, how many people here use their calendar like ironclad efficiency or your CRMs? You do. Good for you. How many of you use the CRMs through Coldwell Banker, George, or you have others? And why do you have others? What do you like about it?
I've had it so long as top producer, and I've had it for so long, you know.
Okay. And you feel that that's good for you?
Right.
Okay. And you said you have one too?
Moxie.
Moxie. Okay.
All about it.
Okay, so you have a Coldwell Banker. So Coldwell Banker has a platform that allows you many classes and tutorials on how to use their apps, right? Be honest.
Yes.
Okay, I mean, not be honest about that, but be honest with yourself. Have you fully invested in learning all the tools on there and how to be diversified? Do you think if you did, would that make a difference in your business?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you want to be knowledgeable in the tools you're using. If you're not, you're not going to get the best out of it. So I have a CRM, but Old Republic has their own database where they send out our email campaigns. I don't do email drip campaigns because it's not compliant. I work for corporate America. It's a little different. However, I do almost the same activities you do. So some of you use Gmail. Some of you may use Outlook. Some of you use our CRM with and Coldwell Banker. Some of you use other platforms. But learning the system and the metrics of that platform will make a difference in your daily activity. You're going to find you're going to have larger windows of time to work and do other things because you have dialed in your activity. There's a rep on our team that's from, I think it's Scottsdale or Tucson, Arizona. And she's one of our top producers. She's the top 10. I'm not top 10. I'm in the middle of the road. We have over 100 representatives. I think I'm number 30. Well, not too bad, but not great. Would you say there's improvement for me? Yeah, there's a lot of improvement. So I took the initiative to make her a phone call. I said, look, I want to know what you do every day and how do you work your calendar that you are where you are at in your business. So she gave me a bird's eye window of her calendar. Her calendar. So guess what she showed me? She calendars everything from driving time to and from. Can you believe that? She puts driving time in her calendar. So she knows that's not going to be time used efficiently because you have to pay attention to what you're driving, right? So she puts her driving time, doctor's appointments, pick up kids, drop off this, do that, whatever activity, it's there down to the last minute of the day. I thought, wow, now that's detailed. So I started to do that. So now on my calendar at home, which I'm bummed I didn't bring my work computer because I really wanted to show you this. I have calendared in my computer prospecting time. That's where I'm not driving. I'm not doing an appointment. I'm not going anywhere. I'm in front of that computer and I'm looking at my MTA reports. For you, that is an acronym for market trend analysis. My entire territory tells me who's doing what's your funnel for the last 5 years, what's your market share and where you sold your property, what properties where you market at. That's how detailed my reports are to me. I have 2 different platforms within the structure of Old Republic and also the one that Old Republic plays for. So now I'm kind of stalking you. I will look up your name. I will look up your production. So when I get that phone call, I use you all the time. I can look you up and I'll tell you how many numbers and home warranty orders you've had. I can look up your loss ratio and how many times your clients have called in for service, what would replace and what we have done. That's how detailed my information is to me. So I will look up your production. I can tell where you're farming at and where the bulk of your business is. Would you say that's just like very valuable? Imagine if you farmed an area where that you could actually look and track how you bid up against your competitor. Is he getting more piece of your pie of the area you're farming, or are you getting more piece of that pie? It starts making you think here, right? It makes you think. When you are doing an activity and you can't track that activity, guess what's happening? You're losing money. You're not knowing where your business is coming from. You don't know where your next deal is coming from. You don't know your referral base. Do you know your database, when's their birthdays, their kids' anniversary? When all these things that are important to life, to follow up with an email, a phone call, a note, or something, do you know that information? Can you imagine if you dialed in so well with your database that you knew each of your clients and how many times they've used you and how many how many homes they've sold and bought and referrals you got from them? Can you imagine where you'd be at today? You would be looked as the guru expert in real estate. You know what's going on in your backyard. That's what I call setting yourself apart from the competition. I was in a class yesterday and I was working in a classroom and somebody brought up a question on home warranty. And I said, well, they asked, how do I know when my client's plan is about to expire and they may have not gotten a renewal notice or they threw that away or they thought it was junk? I said, okay. On every property that you sold and did a home warranty on and you knew when that home warranty closed, do you calendar 11 to 10 months later to let them know, oh, by the way, your home warranty is about to expire in less than 30, 60 days? Did you ever get a notice? Have you gotten phone calls from homeowners saying, I didn't get a notice and my plan expired and I called in for service and now I can't get it and now I can't do anything about it? Your plan expired. You have to start all over again. So imagine if that was one of your phone calls. Mr. Bobby Smith, we closed your escrow last year. I see you're 10 months into owning your home. How's everything going? What do you like about it? Blah, blah. General conversation, right? A care conversation. I see that your plan is about to expire. Have you renewed your plan? Do you need assistance with that? You're providing value proposition. Now you segue. By the way, would you be considering to buy a second home? Is somebody in your family looking to get a home? Is somebody in your family that I could sit down and have them speak to a financial expert to get them into a position to buy a home? See, these are all leading questions. You're asking them information to keep the ball rolling, that line of communication over and over and over. And that's what I mean. Making sure that you dial in your activity of what you're going to do and what you want to get from that activity. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. And you're going like this, oh my gosh, it's 3 months into the year. I'm past Q1 and I'm not sold a home yet. It's a little harder out there. But this type of business isn't for the weak. Right? You can't be weak-minded. You can't be fearful. You have to believe that you are the best and you will get the best. There's a movie out there and I also have you recommended and it's called Just 1 Mile. It's on Prime Time. It's about a runner. I'm a runner. I love the movie because it was about running. But the runner gives you a bird's eye vision of his journey to complete 100 miles. And he tells you what he does and where his mind is at. And let me tell you, I've seen this movie already 3 times. I'm going to see it again because I've taken a lot of notes where his mindset was us. This guy was a Navy SEAL guy. Like, this is incredible, his storyline. So that's why I'm saying it's really important. Again, this, where your mindset every day. Mastery is something you constantly evolve and change. It's never infinite. It never ends. Because when you do something today, you may not do tomorrow, and it's going to be different again, right? So mastery is not achievable, but mindset is how your perception, where you're at here in your head. I have to get up. I don't have a coach, okay? There's no coach. Old Republic, here's your information, here's your stuff, here's your training. Bye. I'm on my own. I have to create my energy every day. I have to pump myself up. And some days I don't feel like pumping myself up. Sometimes I just want to sit in front of the TV and eat bonbons and watch a movie and just call it a day. But I know my personality is not like that. I don't want to be an underachiever. I have a daughter. What I want to leave behind is a legacy for her so that she passes on to my grandson. And that is a way of being of life, being different. And I don't know what that is for you because I don't know all of you personally, but you know what that is for you. So Ruben was so kind enough because I left my laptop. So here is a dummy Gmail account. And I just put in Rosa Reyes's information here. She blah, blah, blah. And I could put in her phone number here. Let's 626-260-0730. Okay, it's California. There's the United States flag. And then I can put in her birthday. I'm just going to say it's October 30th. And we're going to make her super young. And we're going to say she's 1980. She's 19. Oh, wait, how old is my daughter? She was born in 1992. So she's 32. Rosa, I made you really young. And then I put notes. If you meet somebody, are you going to remember where you met them? Are you gonna remember the conversations you had? So this is where it gets detailed. You're gonna say, met at the market, met at the market, standing in line, talked about her kids. And let's just say she gave you names, John, going into college. You get the picture, right? Now you have a recap of the conversation, because wherever you go, my purse is not with me, you should have business cards. Those business cards should be everywhere. When you go out to dinner and your waiter brings you your bill and you leave your tip, what else do you leave in there?
Business card.
Thank you, a business card. Because you're letting them know you're a real estate agent. Everywhere you go, your card should be somewhere. So I put a note there, and label. You can create a label. You can, whatever kind of label you would like to create, you can. And then you're gonna hit save. So on the save here, you can upload a photo if you like. You can schedule a meeting. You can send them an email, and then you can also calendar this again in your calendar when you would like to see it. You can export it. So like if you're using Gmail, you can export this to your CRMs, right? Now, this is where I'm a little lost on this one, and I think, let's see, let's go to calendar. And I think Ruben showed me here. See, we kind of color coded. So let's just say you're working 3 cities, right? You're doing Alhambra, you're doing Arcata, you're doing Temple City. Well, you can color code all those cities. Do you know that there are some CRMs that have a route built into their system? So let's just say you decided that day you're gonna go see a customer, or you're gonna drop off something personal, and you know it's their child's birthday, and you want to drop off a nice little birthday card, and then you put a $5 Starbucks guy, happy birthday to your blah, 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 or you mail it or wherever. I have to do color coding because I have so many cities. So in my Outlook at my one for work, if I'm working a city, I put in the search bar Alhambra. It'll pull up every single contact I have in Alhambra. And I detail that contact. I have notes on them. I put down when was the last time I saw them. I put my follow-up, when I want to see them again, when was the last time I sent an email. All that is important. You should be contacting your database at least once a quarter or twice a year, something. We have real estate agents that do appreciation luncheons, where they will do a ice cream day. They'll get a vendor and they'll be in front of their house, or they'll go to a park and they'll send an invite. Summer bash, come by and have an ice cream on me. Bring your friends and family. What did you just do? You increased your what? Database. Yeah, because everybody there is going to come, and you're going to get to meet people, and they thank you. You give them their business card. Hopefully they'll exchange their information with you, and now they go in your database, and now you can continue following up with them over the years. I find that the more information I put about that person in my database, the better I am in servicing them. I actually have clients, because my territory has been changed up a few times with Old Republic. And not to toot my horn, but because I was moved out of certain cities, I've actually had brokers and agents and managers email my boss saying, please give us Maria back. She answers my calls. She returns my calls. She follows up with me. She answers my questions. She helps me. You know, that is how I build my relationship with you. I may not know all your kids, or I may not know everything you do in life, but you know you can trust me. And trust is important in this business. So this is kind of a general idea of what I do for my own personal work schedule. If you have a team, you can create a general team email, whatever that is. Use our door hangers that I pass out. Whatever metrics you want to use to build your portfolio is totally up to you. You know, I know Ruben and Peter, they have their weekly calls. They're constantly giving you information. You're helping that they're trying to build you up. But honestly, you have to be honest with yourself. How much of that information are you using for your business? If you don't do that, then it's just words in the air. I listen to everything my boss tells me. I listen to her because I know there's going to be a nugget. And you might go somewhere and go, I don't really want to go there. I can't stand to go there. But then something will happen. You go, oh my gosh, I am so glad I went. I got so much information. So that's how I track my business every day. So I kind of want to hear a little bit about you guys. What do you find in your business that's working for you right now? Or what do you feel is missing in your business?
Networking,
What's that?
networking.
It's working for you.
Yeah, networking is working for me.
It's working for you. So that's how that's your niche.
Yeah.
Does
I,
that?
I try to attend most events of my communities,
Mhm.
you know, not other cities,
Yes. That's smart.
just connect and develop relationship. It's all relationship.
100%. And joining Chamber of Commerce. How many of you have joined Chambers of Commerce? Your local church groups, your local women's group, your local, if you have small kids. That is a huge pool of people. And you're missing that. You're letting it go. Because we get too busy with what we have to do that we don't stop. And as they say, we don't stop and smell the roses. We don't recognize beauty. And that's really important that whoever you meet, number one, good, strong handshake, look them in the eye, smile, pay attention, 2 to 1. That's all going to make a difference in your business. Every little thing. How many of you ever made a cake and you ran out of certain something? You go, oh, you know what? I'm going to substitute that. That'll work. Does the cake come out the same? It never does.
Yes.
Right? The other day I made my friend made cabbage rolls and she was telling me her recipe. Oh, let me try that. I got all the stuff. I went home, I made the cabbage, steamed it up, made my meat rolls, put a bunch of spices inside and rolled them up and baked them, put some marinara sauce on them and some mozzarella cheese. And then I go, okay, I got to make some steamed rice. And then I looked on the recipe and I always make steamed rice the same way. This time I added 2 bay leaves inside it. My husband goes, what did you do different? This really tastes good. Just by adding a bay leaf, I changed the flavor. That's what I was saying, small little turns in the dial. How many times do you drive home and you go the same way all the time? Do you see the same thing all the time?
No, you say some things different.
Some things different. But if you drive around the neighborhood and you see local parks or you see people walking their dog or doing something, you're like, be mindful, be present all the time. I run a lot and I'm in the trails all the time. And every time I go up and down the trail, I see something different. I see a different beauty. I'm looking. I don't want to live a life where I have to say, when God finally calls me home and say, dang, I wish I would have done that. I didn't have time for that. I want to enjoy every minute and marinate in everything I possibly can and be grateful for everything because that's my mindset. Because if I look at life full and better, it's going to make the difference in my life. Life throws lemons at us. We wake up one day and something happens and we feel it's never going to be the same again. And this is where I get emotional because In 2019, I was diagnosed with an illness. I won't tell you all the details, but it could have taken my life. And you're thinking, gosh, she's a runner. She eats right. She's so healthy. She's slender. She's this, she's that. I got there of a curveball. Never in a million years thought that would be me. I decided that day that I was going to live, that I wasn't going to die, that I was going to live. And whatever I had to do to make that happen and change, I did. That started the journaling. That started my prayer life. That started to looking grateful. And that's when I went back and I said, Lord, if there's anything in my heart that is malice, that is going to eat me up inside, that of unforgiveness, I want to root that bitter weed out of my life. My boss is not a faith-believing woman. I don't know necessarily what she believes in, but she doesn't. And this is how I knew what I was doing was changing. She said to me, Maria, I don't know what you're doing, but you sure have changed a lot. For somebody who didn't have a belief system could see that I had made changes in my life, and it made her notice me. I'm telling you, it makes all the difference in the world. And of all of this minutia in life that we have to do on the daily grind, the one thing I want you to remember as you wake up every day with a smile and you go to bed with, thank you, I'm alive. I got food on my table. My kids are here. My family's here. I might not have the designer clothes. I might not have the $400 square feet, whatever house and a pool and a jacuzzi and all the amenities. But I have love. I have love. So I hope this helps you with how you look at life, how you can change things, and you can be better. Remember, you are in the driver's seat. No one else is. You decide today what you want. Anybody have any questions? And I don't even know if there's anything on the chat. Gmail. Again, business is business. Separate the two, personal and business. They don't define you in either way. Business is something you do to provide. Your person is a different person. And that's what needs to be steady. Stay the course. I'm here to help. I have door hangers. We have our home warranty plan. If you have questions regarding coverages, if you don't understand what they mean, let me know, call me. Pick up the phone. I read this plan. I don't understand this. I have real estate agents will say, my client needs to order a home warranty, but they don't understand this. Can you help them choose the right one? And I'll be very honest with them. I don't want them to overpay for something they don't need, but that I want them to pay for something they do need. So those are the things you need to understand. And I do speak Spanish. Hablo español también. Mi papá me enseñó. My father told me, made me learn. So anyways, but I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you, Ruben. Thank you, Peter. Again, calendaring, using your color coding, your categorizing, your notes on your CRM, your follow-up. Make sure your follow-up is your follow-up. Don't put it off for tomorrow. If your calendar says this is what you need to do that day, get it done. Because if you push it for the next day, guess what? It won't get done. It won't get done. I know that. Yeah. So.
Thank you. How many by show of hands have a business plan for 2024 here?
Yeah.
One,
Good job.
3, 4. You should all have one. It's not too late though. I mean, it could be as simple as writing something down, keeping it in your car, in your wallet. But you also have to remember with the business plan, you have to have a plan of action. What tools you're gonna use? And then combine that with a schedule. When are you gonna, whether you're part-time, full-time, you have things that are going on in your personal life, but you have to have a schedule as to when you're gonna use those tools to apply it to your business, to get the results that you need to achieve the goals that you've set for 2024. So there's certain things that you have to do in order. First thing is you have to identify your goals. Your goals for the year of 2024, and then how are you gonna get those goals? With what tools? And then when are you gonna do what you need to do to reach those goals? So it's not just writing it down. It's like that saying that everybody knows, a dream is only a dream unless you act on it,
Mhm.
you know? Whether it's a car, a house, financial freedom, it could be as simple as, I just wanted to close 5 deals in 2024, or I want to do 20, or whatever. But unless you take those first steps and identifying what your goal is,
Mhm.
then you put your plan of attack, a plan of action, and then your execution, which would be your scheduling and stuff. And then the last thing is holding yourself accountable, right? Unless you have an accountability partner, which I can help you with that if you guys want. But know that it's kind of like, so are you doing what you're supposed to do? But if you have your own self-motivation to hold yourself accountable, that's the best thing for you and stuff. And it's the small things that amount to big things.
Mhm.
The things that you do every day, like, I don't make those calls or this or that. I don't want to door knock. I don't want to cold call. I don't want to call my 5 past clients. But if you set 5 people per day or add one person to your sphere of influence every day, that's 365 in the year's time.
Mhm.
That could be your goal. But if you don't do the small things every single day, you're gonna get backed up. But if you stay on top of your schedule and you do all the small things every single day, at the end of the week, you're gonna feel accomplished. At the end of the month, you're like, wow, this is not hard at all. But if you allow it to multiply and just back you up, then it's gonna be overwhelming, like, oh, forget about my goal and stuff. But anyhow, I brought that up because Friday, we're gonna have a training on business planning. For some, it might be elementary. For others, it might be valuable. That's up to you. I'll be hosting it. It's gonna be, most of it is going to be, understanding a business plan. And then simplifying a business plan catered to your personal agenda, okay? There's no wrong way to do, there's no wrong way on how to make a business plan. You know the wrong way to do it? Not at all. That's it. So you can make it as simple as possible. But as long as you apply it to your daily agenda, that's the biggest thing that you need to do.
And that was, he had said, make those 5 contacts, that's it. I remember I said in the beginning, I write my 5 thank you note cards every single day. I have 5, a minimum of 5 to 10. In addition to that, that was the one thing I tweaked. The second thing is I hired myself a coach. Why? Because I knew I had plateaued where I'm at in my own skill set. And I need someone to bring me to another level that I'm after. So I took the money and I'm investing, or the public's not paying for it, I'm paying for it. Because I want something different for 2024. Remember I said, want something different? Do something different.
And I'll help you guys,
Yeah, you got a great leader here.
but you have to take the first step and walk through that door. And right now is the best time to start strong and create good, healthy habits for your business. Because the same that you're going through is building and setting goals. All your past clients, all your sphere of influence, regardless of what industry they're in, they'll all start the New Year's with what? Resolutions, with goals. And how do you know if that in those goals is buying or selling real estate,
Mm.
investing, building generational wealth. You don't know until you communicate with them. Even if that's not in their agenda, you could perhaps change their mind and put it into their agenda. And it's simply just saying, hey, happy New Year, Alma. How you been? And how's your New Year starting? Great. Well, don't forget, I'm in real estate, so if buying and selling is in your future in the next, in 2024, I'd love for you to use my services. Boom, it just opens the door to conversation. Even if they say, no, I'm not ready, I'll say, no problem. I'll just reach out to you in the next couple of months and see if things have changed and stuff. That's it. And then now you're opening up for several communications, because you don't know if their goal changed from January to March, and then now they want to purchase or sell. Or something could have changed in their life that now they have to sell, right?
Mhm.
But if you're not in constant communication with them and don't stay top of mind, guess who they're gonna call for their services? The person that is top of mind and that is in constant communication with them. And it doesn't always have to be about business. It could just be, hi, I'm just checking in, everything good? Awesome, that's it. Those little small daily things that you do will amount to larger, greater things as the year progresses.
Oh, and Ruben told me the last time I was here that I forgot one thing.
Oh.
You forgot to ask for the business.
There you go.
So don't forget me on your next home warranty order. Remember over public home protection, because I love your business.
Guess what she's doing right now? She's prospecting.
Yes.
She's asking for business.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
You mentioned that when you get a home warranty, and then you said you're calling them and say, hey, home warranty is about to expire. What is the difference between having them expire, starting all over again in the price, and then paying again, or is the price still the same?
Okay, so good questions. Second year, there is a renewal rate change. However, when it comes up for renewal and you call me, sometimes I can offer first year's rate again on the second year without an increase. So when I say start all over, if the plan has lapsed more than 30 days and they want to get the plan again, they have to wait a 30-day inception date again. So now they have literally 60 days of of no coverage. And in those 60 days, things could change, and that's one of the things I was discussing with another office earlier on a Zoom call today, where the broker said, well, the roof looked great during the home inspection and everything looked wonderful, right? But that night, there was a helicopter that came by and tore the roof up and so that you see what I'm saying? The home inspection is only good for the day it's done. It's not ironclad. So remember that. Lots of times people will call up and say, well, it worked during the home inspection. Well, that's not how it works.
Let's say I have a seller or a buyer of home. You buy it was home warranty by you. Okay?
Solar panels aren't
They
covered.
bought from you. And I know that you have a list. You have a list of people, right? And this is good for 1 year, correct? Do I presume you call your people, right? You call.
No, we don't. We send out a letter. When it's about to expire, they get a letter. But
Right.
remember, these letter of notifications are interpreted as junk mail. People don't open it up, they throw it in the trash. We do not make phone calls to let the client know that they're up for renewal. That's where you come in. If you calendar and say, you call your client and say, hey, your plan is about to expire because you bought your house 10, 11 months ago, you're already putting them on notice. Because people don't look at their mail. They'll just junk, and they miss it. And it happens all the time. So make sure that if you do that, and again, that's just another one of your phone calls, your touches. You're supposed to do what? 33 touches or 8 touches, whatever those touches are, use that as one of your touches.
Yeah, I think that's a good reason to really make contact with them.
That's a,
You know,
yeah,
to
so
start-
warm that.
That's your point, which is.
And then I give service cards.
Correct.
And those service cards are the service we've done, and I drop those off or I mail them to you. It'll tell you what service was provided, how much we paid, and how much we paid year to date. In that body, it says this is a good time to call and ask for referrals. Because now you can call that homeowner, oh, I see Over Public came out and replaced your blah, blah, blah. How did that go? Oh, it's great, thank you. Oh, I'm so glad that home warranty worked for you, thank you. Oh, by the way, do you know of anybody? Again, prospecting, another touch. Whatever those touches are to you, you design, you're independently. But make sure you stay in contact with your clients. That's important.
So the basic standard, the basic standard for your home warranty plan for you is how much?
The basic plan on this brochure,
Right there.
without air condition at the very top is $395. That's bare bones. Yeah. That's not the highest, comprehensive plan is platinum. And that includes the built-ins of 730, that has all the upgrades, but that does not include washer, dryer, kitchen, fridge. Our bundle package with washer, dryer, kitchen, fridge, the whole enchilada is $825.
Which is in line with the competition.
Yeah, it is. Actually, we haven't changed our prices yet. They're working on that. Well, we got a lot of pushback because they listen to us. We know what's out there. We don't, yeah, we tell them, no. So anyways, all that to say is that these are all our plans. We have multi-units. Multi-units, remember, just because it's a triplex, it could be 3 on 1 lot. You may classify it in the MLS as multi-units, triplex, duplex. But if the walls are not, if they're detached from each other and they're not under the same roof, as 3, it's 3 home warranties, because we classify those as 3 single-family houses on 1 lot. So let's just use this as an example, a duplex, and they share the same common wall, they're under 1 roof, is $785. But let's say there were 2 on 1 lot, and they're not attached, now you're doing 530 times 2.
Oh, and also kind of like single.
Yeah, so you have to be careful with the description. You know how you have, granny flats, casitas, garage and, conversion? We don't ask for permits. If you have a garage conversion, we don't care. We're not gonna ask you for permit, but casitas, ADUs, and those are additional, and you have to add that to the main plan, whatever the main plan. These prices here are all single-family residents under 5,000 square feet. So if you're selling over that, you have to ask for the price, and don't quote this because you will again come up short.
Does the buyer need an inspection?
No, we don't ask for inspection.
You don't ask for the-
No. And let's just say your neighbor or yourself or your family decides, you know, you need to get a home warranty, I'd like to. All we ask is everything good, working order. We can give a plan to the consumer without being a resale as a referral to the you. That's important.
If the current owner has a different home warranty and it's about to expire, but they're not happy with it, can you come in and take over without that 30 period?
Yes,
30
they will waive the 30-day period if they have an
Exactly.
existing policy with someone else
Okay, that hasn't expired.
that has not expired.
Once expired, then
Even if it has expired, just say it's about to expire, it expired a week ago, but you had coverage. I can pretty much still give them the plan without the 30-day wait period. Remember, I'm the person that you talk to, you call, you text, my phone number is on the notepad, text me, let me know, and I will respond. If you don't hear from me in an hour, it's because I'm in a meeting.
Yes, on your plan, it mentions about new construction. Let's say our office is doing new project and those are attached condos, so. So over here, we base on 565 on the standard plan, there's no single.
Yes, without air conditioning. Okay, but the plan next to it for 710, that has the AC. So new construction is new build. It's not remodel, it's not renovation. We're talking a new construction, new, contractor starting from the ground up fresh. That plan is 1 to 4 years. They have it for 4 years or 2 to 5. It's because it goes longer than the normal 1-year plan. We cover, liability, not liability, labor. We cover labor. Most of your manufactured, homes, the new construction, they only cover parts. And then the homeowner is responsible for the labor. With our plan, we now incorporate labor costs. So they can use simultaneously, get the parts covered by the manufacturer and call us and we cover the labor costs.
That is for 4 years.
But yes, 1 to 4 years on a single family residence. This is a single family.
Kind of interested, what is the price on that one? 8 something on the new, construction,
On new construction, the ultimate for California 710.
710?
Yeah, I remember you saying, now, if you're interested in a plan for another state for what I remember you saying your kids have, send me an email and I will send you the PDF brochure for that state.
Okay,
Oh, very good.
because I think it's time for her to renew hers, but I will do that.
Okay, good.
So the 565 and 710 is 1-year plan, right?
The 710,
Yeah, you're talking about the
that's for 1 to 4 years or 2 to
1 to 4
5
years.
Yeah,
That's good price then.
on a new construction, new build, not remodel, not renovated. We're talking contractor.
So can you tell me about, there's a different code for home buyer coverage and home seller coverage? Home
Oh,
seller coverage.
Uh,
$1
so-
something?
that's during the listing period. Let's just say we list a property and the owner doesn't have home warranty. We list a property, we cover the property from listing to the close of escrow, and it's $1 something per day. Seller's
see.
coverage on a single family residence,
One-
ultimate plan is $1.45 per day. And that is prorated and billed through escrow.
Thank you.
So.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoyed lunch.
Yes, it was great, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Very good meeting.
Good, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fire now. Well, what time is your thing? I'm in training on Friday. Oh, at 10. But you have it on, thank you.
It will be on Zoom. Let me just stop